As of right now, we're in the precipice of hiring a new superintendent, and he's not aware that this is one of the functions that we potentially may or may not have. So what I'm saying is that we identify what our policies allow us to do in our policies and practices, and go from there. My opinion is we have administrators who the teachers should interact with. If there's something that the administrators need to bring forward, this has done it 1,000 times. It's brought issues forward with the teacher, things, not issues, but things, and that's the way it should be handled.
6:45 on the case.
I just, my question to that is if there was a concern with the teacher on the board, I'm not sure how I could handle.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I'm not sure. It's not a policy for me to handle.
I'm trying to listen, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I was just saying, if there was a concern between the teachers and the board, I don't have a policy to handle that. You know, I don't. There's lots of policies if there's a concern with the teacher and me. But a teacher and the board, I don't have policies.
But the original meeting was set because there was an issue between the teachers and a couple of board members, and that was the presentation in which change went sideways, and half of us weren't here to hear it. And I'm not trying to block you. I'm not trying to block you, but I am a constitutionalist, and we have laws, we have practices and procedures, and we need to get to those. That's the way we have to operate.
This Wednesday, I'm sorry, 16, 45, okay, I believe that's all we have for upcoming meetings. So now,
Not for upcoming meetings.
committee action list. Can we make sure that policy and the other ones get distributed? We already have all the other policies that you'll be talking about that night, except for that one. Thank you. There was we skipped over permanent school planning and building committee. They haven't done anything yet.
So let me know.
Say it one more time.
Said you let me know when we're gonna meet and anything that.
There wasn't.
No.
Okay, no problem.
The only question I have is, I wanted to propose a brief executive session to discuss possible personnel.
Make that motion, we can add it. This is a regular meeting, so we can add that. Do we need any people involved?
It's more discussion amongst the board. All possible concerns that may arise.
So we're proposing the executive session.
Executive session of the board for personnel or board relations.
It's going to be related to board actions. Possible.
But I'm just trying to give us a line, but next to the executive session.
Why don't you have recess?
Okay, why don't we do public comment first? Let's do public comment first. We're still in the meeting after that, so let's do public comment.
I'd like to apologize to the audience for my outburst and interrupting my fellow board members who were interrupting everyone else.
Wait a second. Is there any public comment? Yes, miss.
Well, where do I start? This is all new to me. But honestly, I don't think you or you should even be on these boards. Both. After what you did to me at Stop and Shop, where I was petitioning, to walk by me and say, I thought we got rid of you hours ago, and then to go in and get a manager. You gave an award to students tonight. Good Citizen Award. You're a disgrace. And concerns? The superintendent's office, I sat getting an oil change and figured out the pay raises. $300,000 and better just into the superintendent's office. We're paying a superintendent. So why are we paying a business manager? And no offense to Mr. and Mrs. McCarthy, you're both lovely people. But we're paying $300,000 and better into that office. And my husband, who couldn't get a raise through Governor Whiker or Rowland at 8 years as a state employee, including a cost of living raise, and our first year principal is getting a $700 raise, and a $3,000 raise, and a $1,500 raise. This is obscene. And I hate being here and I hate doing this. But I guess I have to. And for your information, I'm on my 7th page of the petition for a referendum vote before you pick out designs to build and renovate the schools.
Any other public comment? Yes.
More of a clarification, 6:30 is the facilities meeting next Wednesday.
6:30 facilities finance, 6:45 student success.
Student success the same as the policy?
Yes, sorry. We combined a couple. Any other public comment?
Hi, I would just like to say that, this is about the students, so I figured you guys might want to hear from part of the student body here. Read a little bit of a speech. My name is Connor Yakaitis, and I am the Vice President of the class of 2012. Several weeks ago, I was invited to take part in a focus group as part of the town's plan of conservation and development that is currently being drafted. During this meeting, we discussed the current state of our town as well as where we would like to see it go in the next 10 years. I found the focus group meeting to be very insightful, especially when I talked about our school system. It is no big secret that the state of our schools has been deteriorating to the point where many people have advocated the closing of the high school. As a longtime student of Wheeler, I would like to begin by saying that the physical condition of our school is an absolute disgrace, and the fact that no attempts have been made to fix it is nothing short of an outrage. Take the ceilings, for example. As far as I can remember, the ceilings in our school leak whenever it rains, on days such as today. As if the leaking is not enough, I discovered that several of the trash bins used to collect the leaking water were leaking as well. The school is freezing in the winter and boiling in the summer, and their water stains are rampant throughout. This is the basic building maintenance that has been neglected for years. In the Board of Education's mission statement, the statement of purpose reads the following: we must create an environment that strives to foster and value diversity and ethical behavior, preserve dignity, and recognize the importance of a strong and supportive home atmosphere. As a student of the school system, I firmly believe that no such atmosphere exists. The Board of Education has done little to improve the atmosphere of the schools. Instead, this board has concerned itself with petty partisan bickering and finger-pointing and shouting, and that has embarrassed our school and town in the local media. The current board is one of the most divided in the state and is a textbook example of the stubbornness, disagreement, and failure that exists in today's government. It has proven time and again to be inadequate at taking the basic steps towards providing a better learning environment for the student body. There are very few students who would say they are still proud of our school, and you have done nothing to help us fix that. There are people here, however, such as these people here who came out to support me, who have hope and would like to see a change. They rely on you to make that change possible. Instead, you continue to argue and let the school decay, both in terms of its physical integrity and overall morale. You cannot possibly expect to have a supportive home atmosphere when our leaders spend their time arguing about closing the building, plagiarism, misuse of funds. Meanwhile, the students wade through dirty water to get from class to class. It is time for a change. We must come together to restore the glory that was once Wheeler High School, a time when people took pride in our school, a time when students did not leave our school for the surrounding ones due to the lack of educational and athletic opportunities. We students have done our part. We are studying hard, and many of us push ourselves academically by taking AP courses and the exams that are currently going on now. This year's graduating class has students attending colleges such as the United States Naval Academy, Boston University, and Emerson College, among many other fine institutions. It is time for the Board of Education to adhere to your own mission statement and truly create a strong and supportive home atmosphere. Thank you.
board does bicker a lot, and it does seem rather dysfunctional, and it is really weighing heavy on everybody's, on everybody's psyche. It has been a bad year at Wheeler. We started off bad just because, I don't remember what the hurricane or what, but the mental atmosphere of all the teachers, what's going on in the state budgets with governor, battling against the teacher associations, it makes us look, we're the ones working with the kids. We are in the trenches. And we are the ones who went to school to do this job, and instead we're like vilified in the papers, and then all we see is negativity about that. I don't live in this town, but it's my town as much as the town that I live in, quite frankly, because I've worked here for 9 years. It's very disheartening. But it just is a bad year. We have people who don't want to go into teaching anymore, who want to leave teaching, interns who are saying this is what teaching is about. We don't want to do it. I wrote to my state rep and expressed this, but this board, what was written in the paper tonight about New London, somebody could easily say the same thing about what's been going on here. And come on, we just need everybody to work together and support our school. Get some positive energy out there, some positive news in the papers. It's very discouraging.
Yes, I was just going to sit and listen tonight. I know the job you guys have is not easy. I was on the planning and zoning board for 4 years, and I know very often it's a thankless job, and everybody's spending time away from their family and friends at no pay, and everybody appreciates that. And I think individually, you guys are probably all very fine people. I don't really know many of you, but I got to tell you, as a group, if my kids behave like this, I'd be putting them in a timeout in separate corners of the room. I'll be the first to admit I haven't come to a Board of Ed meeting in several years. I've been to many since I've lived in this town, and I've been reading about what's been going on, and coming here tonight, my jaw dropped. I'm embarrassed, because the atmosphere, like she said, the atmosphere of any organization starts at the top and just trickles down. And now when my kids don't come home and start telling me about some of the things that go on in school, after sitting here for 60 minutes, I see exactly where it's coming from. You guys need a timeout. I'd all stand in separate corners for 15 minutes. This is dysfunctional.
Any other public comment?
I don't agree with Donna's petition proposing the schools, but I agree that she has the right to be able to voice her opinion and have people get signatures, because that's the way our system works. And granted, I wasn't there, it's hearsay, but that's true that when board members make comments about her leaving, I think that's kind of very disrespectful, and that kind of bothers me as well, because I think, I don't agree with everything, her purpose for closing the schools, because I want to keep the schools open. I do think everybody has a voice and should be able to be heard.
Any other public comment?
I hope you guys just realize that, these students here, this is only a small portion of our school, but there are a lot of others out there that feel the same way. They couldn't make it tonight. They have other things going on. They're working to get good grades in our school and try and have something good come out of the school. So I hope you guys realize that it's not just us. It's the entire school. You guys are doing this for the students, and it's just disappointing.
We'll take a short recess, and possibly then adjourn, or possibly not. Well,